Just in preparation for January 31st against Shakur Stevenson.
He was born for this. He's God-gifted. We're implementing a lot of different things for this camp. You got to do things in there that people have never seen.
Every day is a different type of segment of working out. Earlier today, I had a little bit of strength and conditioning and then swimming, exercising and expanding those lungs. And then we finish off late night. We come here and do 18 ounces of gloves, an hour or as long as I can of training without no break. Just trying to see how much more I could push.
He's the best whenever he's in good condition.
I'm not on the level that I think I am and I say I am, so I made this fight for that reason. That was my competitive edge kind of kicked in when I wanted to make this fight.
Manny, work on your pace.
Shakur has always been on the top level. All these guys have been looking up. So, it's about time that they really find out where their place is, They weren't looking up for nothing. January 31st and whatever fight after that, I really think, he's at the turning point in his career.
Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez labor within grueling preparation camps as battle day approaches. Both refine techniques, concentration, mentality, and drive, training obsessively for an absolutely massive, career-defining championship showdown.
Previous camps, I'm actually having more meals in between rather than before.
I've been with him ever since he started boxing, which was at 6. I really knew that he was really good when he started beating professional fighters at 13, 14 years old.
Between me and Shakur, when we were on the top rank, because we were the next rising stars, we sparred. We did only 3 rounds back in Miami in 2016. I was getting the best out of him. You should have seen afterwards. Why do you think he said stop? He said stop recording. Come on, dog.
Considered by many as the pound-for-pound king, Lomachenko!
I want him to chase Loma because I knew that if we missed that opportunity, we would have never got.
Teofimo Lopez cautioned Shakur Stevenson that Battle Night shall expose his maximum strength, technical mastery, and absolute grit inside the squared circle.
31st, you'll find out. Today is chest, triceps, a little bit of shadow boxing with some weights. Keep the ligaments and everything loose. A little bit of forearms to finish it off. Nothing too intense like others. We don't need that. Later today, we're gonna go boxing, but prior to that, we're gonna go recover.
Teofimo Lopez refines his velocity, accuracy, and rhythm during grueling mid-sessions, polishing every single blow with absolute surgical precision.
We're boxing. Yep. We're original, classic, reason why we're here type of boxing.
Well, every day is a learning experience. So when he's in there, he's just focused, And when I see him focus, every time I know that he has somebody, I always tell him, you already figured him out. That's like letting him know, have fun. From now on, just have fun.
Back out. Double jab.
Lopez remains completely driven, locked in, and has mentally decided to dominate this entire battle.
Things that I have to work on within myself, it's a muscle. And it's a muscle memory that you have to create now. If you don't create now, it can harm you the day of. I never understood it, man. No matter how much I said I achieved that, he's always gotta
Read well as a friend.
I beat Shakur, they'll say he went up weight class, he wasn't in his weight class. When I flatline him and they say, oh, he had the best defense, that's just how it's gonna be. You gotta be okay with it.
Teofimo Lopez claims Shakur Stevenson is entering the ring to validate his status, and he's prepared to demonstrate who actually reigns supreme.
They beat me, and I make it look pretty. You can do all this, all this, all this. Bro, you try to step this way, go night-night. Going night-night. What's gonna happen then when I beat Shakur? What you all gonna say then? You know what I mean? I believe in me. I believe in me before anybody else believed in me. Shakur is stepping up because he got nobody else to go after. He's stepping up to try to prove a point. His big bro, AKA Terrence Bud Crawford, put a huge upset and made a historical moment in time. I think those things like that make Shakur want to step up the plate, step up to the challenge and face Teofimo. Who is I? I mean, we were stablemates, me and Shakur, top rank. He talks about this and that and about I was jealous of him. No, I'm not. You were a 2016 USA silver medal.
Shakur desires to battle Teofimo due to his massive profile and significant achievements. He intends to crush public skepticism by defeating a verified, top-tier warrior in a definitive fashion.
It happened because I know Teo is one of the guys at 140. He got a big resume, big accomplishments. And I know there's going to be some doubt with people and fans when I go fight this guy. It's going to be people that really believe that this guy is going to beat me. I'm not on the level that I think I am and I say I am, so I made this fight for that reason. That was my competitive edge kind of kicked in when I wanted to make this fight.
Mainly, work on your pace, you know what I'm saying? But you mean with fast pacing, I don't think he can keep up with us with the fast pace. I think it'll break him down.
You know he like to work off his jab, so you handle that jab, you handle...
Keyshawn Davis grinds beside Shakur Stevenson in training, refining techniques, accelerating tempo, and developing elite mental toughness as readiness ramps up for the massive looming challenge awaiting them both.
Like me, been knowing Shakur for over 10 years now. The boxing world know that we brothers and we'll never fight each other. And just being around him in his camp, man, it's nothing but positive energy. And everybody wanting to be great. He like my big brother, man. Like, he is my big brother, honestly. You know, he got all the wisdom in the world, especially when it comes to defense. So he's just making sure I stay sharp on my defense and not getting hit.
Be there before. Be there.
No vale. Don't vale.
Later than they say.
Hey, you speak Spanish? Yeah. And you speak English? What did you say? What did you say?
No vale. You don't talk it.
You different.
Coach Wally Moses readies Shakur in training to silence every critic, polishing tactics, mentality, and grit to mold the absolute fiercest and most dominant iteration of the young champion.
Going pretty well so far. We had an excellent camp going so far, and I think that, Shakur is going to be in the greatest shape of his life for this here fight. He gets better by the hour, so being that he gets better by the hour, soon he'll be invincible, so, that's the way we're looking at it.
Teo is probably the biggest opponent I fought, but I don't feel like size win fights. I don't care who you is. If we get in a physical little wrestling match or anything in there, you gonna feel me just as much as I feel you. So
Shakur's always been on the top level. All these guys have been looking up. So, it's about time that they really find out where their place is, They weren't looking up for nothing.
Regis Prograis feels Shakur Stevenson maintains a distinct psychological and technical advantage over Teofimo Lopez. While respecting Teofimo's explosive athleticism, Prograis highlights frequent challenges, specifically regarding mentality and steadiness. Teofimo has peaked for massive showdowns like Lomachenko and Josh Taylor, yet frequently appears uncomfortable throughout lengthy battles, mentally fading whenever situations become tough. Against Shakur, Prograis anticipates an initial competitive period, likely the opening 2 or 3 frames remaining tight. Afterwards, Stevenson's poise and brilliance start gaining dominance. Shakur's crisp counter-striking, rhythm, and talent for threading shots through openings gradually drain rivals. As Teofimo lunges and misses, irritation increases. Prograis envisions Shakur dismantling him systematically, not through force but accuracy, sailing toward a clear 12-round points win. That is the blueprint for total boxing mastery that separates the good from the legendary.
Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, that definitely makes sense. Who do you think is going to win that fight?
I got Shakur for sure. Shakur.
Do you think he wins this comfortably, or do you think it'll be a close fight?
I think he wins it comfortably, yeah. I think he wins it comfortably. I think, Shakur, I think the thing is about Teo is very good athletically, but he's weak-minded. You can see in some fights he struggles. Teo does struggle. Now he does come up for big fights. Lomachenko, he came up. Josh Taylor, he came up. But a lot of fights, man, he struggles. And, he does struggle on a whole lot of fights and stuff. Like, I think he looked good. Yeah, he looked good against Barboza. But like I said, for the most part, Teo does struggle. And I think he struggles mentally with a lot of things. But I think with Shakur, I think Shakur's going to break him. I think maybe the first two or three rounds, it might be a close fight. You know, it might be close. It might be 2-1 or something like that. But then after that, I feel like
Michael Conlon describes the collision between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson as one of the premier battles available in boxing currently. Statistically, it is a magnificent encounter highlighting supreme capabilities from two exceptionally gifted warriors. Conlon observes that although supporters are thrilled, the bout might split perspectives because it might not deliver the continuous violence some anticipate. Inside the square, Shakur Stevenson functions like a genuine wizard of the craft. He integrates composure, intellect, and surgical timing, dictating the tempo and executing strategic maneuvers, essentially conducting a sophisticated chess match instead of depending on reckless hostility. This is pure tactical brilliance at its peak.
Shakur is probably going to start stepping up, and Tio's going to try to hit him, and it's not going to work. And then Shakur might start. The thing about Shakur is a very good, a real good counterpuncher, really sharp, real sharp with the counterpunch. He sneaks those punches in, you know, and that's the one that hurt the most when he just sneaking them in when you're not supposed to hit him. So I definitely feel like, I feel like Shakur is going to beat him comfortably. Not knockout, but comfortable 12 rounds for sure.
Have you sparred Lopez before?
I never sparred Tio, though. Never sparred Tio.
Teofimo Lopez, conversely, delivers bursts of genius. His explosiveness, force, and mechanics are unquestionable. However, he can also prove unpredictable occasionally, which generates both openings and dangers throughout the conflict. That contradiction is exactly what renders this matchup so fascinating. Conlon highlights that it will not automatically become a slugfest, but a strategic war, where suspense, precision, and judgment prevail. Every error carries more weight than brute force, and the capacity to adjust while stressed could determine the victor. And his perspective, it is a contest where intellect meets muscle, and meticulous implementation might ultimately surpass raw strength. This is elite-level boxing.
Stevenson, for me, I'm not just saying this, one of the best fights that could have been made in boxing. When Tio is on, unbelievable. Shakur, unbelievable. What happens?
Can I tell him my thoughts?
I hope so, yeah, go on.
I think it's going to be a bore fest.
It could be. An elite level chess match.
On paper, it's an unbelievable fight. But I think when you're in there with a boxing master like Shakur, and he's going to play the game, just playing chess and not making no silly moves. And Tio is so, like, erratic at times, but very technical at times, and explosive. Will he, because he's smart, he is very smart, will he be making the mistakes or taking his time?
Gary Antoine Russell provides an internal perspective on Shakur Stevenson's training versus Teofimo Lopez, detailing the ferocity and organization of the sessions. He clarifies how one individual remained centered, monitoring everyone rotating through while he pushed himself across numerous frames without intervals. Various boxers and gyms participated, some trading blows, others watching, yet Gary stayed the anchor, finishing sequences of 6 and 7 rounds consecutively. The concluding segments filmed with Shakur occurred at the absolute climax of his workout, when exhaustion and power challenged him most. He mentioned that even prior to the Olympics, Shakur was developing a robust muscular physique, merging technical expertise with mature physical strength, rendering the groundwork for this clash truly world-class and grueling. This reveals the incredible engine behind the skills that define a true pound-for-pound contender.
Hey, that's when one person stay in the middle and they just spot everybody that one person stay in while they keep. That's what that was. That's what I was doing. It wasn't just Shakur there. It was Shakur there. Richard Hitcherson's was there. He didn't want to spar. Who else was there? I want to say what? Keyshawn brother was there. Keyshawn Davis' brother was there, but he was just there as a spectator. I was about to spar with Troy Isley. Right. Did some rounds with Troy.
You sparred all of
them. Not Keyshawn brother. That was another day. Okay. But they was all there. All of them was there. That whole little camp. And there was another gym that was there too. So it was like 2 gyms that came to give us some work. I stayed in the middle and I did my rounds, boom. Did 6, hopped out, did 6 more. No, did 7 more straight. 6, hopped out, did 7 straight, boom. And the rounds that y'all seen with Shakur was the ass in my last round.
Oh, back end. The back end.
Yeah, that was the last round. That was the last round. I'm like, all right. And they was doing like 3, hop out, or 2 and hop out, 2 and hop. So they was fresh. It was fresh, and it was before the Olympics. Motherfuckers is getting that grown man strength and that beefy body now. Like, come on, bro. But like I said before, still stands. Skills pays the bills. So you can be strong and big. If I'm gonna outskill you, then I'm gonna outskill you.
Yeah, we just saw that with Canelo and Terrence, man.
Exactly.
Put on a crazy work.
Tim Bradley offers his perspectives on how difficult it is to conquer Shakur Stevenson, highlighting the distinction between Stevenson and rivals like Teofimo Lopez. He stresses that although Lopez is gifted and forceful, he lacks a definitive strategy to dismantle Stevenson. According to Bradley, Stevenson understands precisely how to engage Lopez, weaponizing his flaws and nullifying his assets. He mentions that Lopez hasn't stopped many elite challengers, and depending on brute force, won't succeed against someone as polished and accurate as Stevenson. Timing, Bradley asserts, is paramount, and Stevenson's rhythm enables him to dictate the tempo, return fire, and make even ferocious fighters appear helpless. He characterizes Stevenson as intelligent, controlled, and versatile, capable of analyzing opponents and recalibrating mid-bout. This mental superiority makes him almost impossible to solve inside the ring.
Tell me, how the hell do you beat some damn Shakur Stevenson? I'll wait. How you beat Shakur Stevenson? Can somebody please, on the contrary, please tell me how the hell do you beat Teofimo Lopez? How you beat Teofimo Lopez? Because there's a blueprint out to beat Teofimo Lopez. Ain't no blueprint out to beat no damn Shakur Stevenson. Lopez don't know how to beat Shakur Stevenson. Ain't no damn blueprint. But I tell you who got a blueprint on how to beat Lopez. That's Shakur Stevenson. He know how to beat Lopez. Yeah, Lopez don't know how to beat him.
Lopez might attempt to exert pressure or depend on velocity and power, yet Stevenson stays collected, executing deliberate maneuvers while inducing errors. Bradley emphasizes that Stevenson's perfect record isn't accidental. It demonstrates his command of mechanics, tactics, and psychological concentration. In his assessment, there is simply no manual for defeating Stevenson, and Lopez, similar to every other challenger, encounters a massive hurdle if he enters the squared circle with him. This is truly elite-level boxing.
Ain't nobody figured it out yet. Nobody. The man is undefeated. Talking about, oh, I'm seeing some guys saying, oh, he gonna knock out Shakur Stevenson. Come on, stop it. Stop it. When the hell the last time that Lopez knocked anybody out? I mean, he hit Claggett. Well, Claggett, yeah, he hit Claggett with the kitchen sink. And Claggett ain't go no damn where. Shit, I mean, come on. When was the last time this man knocked somebody out? Come on. 135 when he was bigger than everybody? Yeah, that was it. So, y'all can miss me, man. Miss me with he gonna knock out Shakur. Miss me with...
Oscar Valdez provides vital perspectives on exactly what is required to defeat Shakur Stevenson, highlighting discipline, concentration, and adhering to a rigid tactical blueprint. He clarifies that Stevenson remains among the most challenging rivals to encounter because he refuses to permit opponents to control the rhythm or bait him into errors. Valdez mentions that when warriors battle Stevenson, they must resist becoming over-aggressive or irritated inside the ropes. He utilizes his personal experience as a lesson, illustrating how Stevenson's composure and accuracy can irritate even exceptionally talented challengers. This mental warfare is what makes him a supreme defensive specialist.
Being greedy inside the ring with him, not losing focus, not letting him get into his game plan when it comes to invite you, because there's no option. There's either you fight his game or you fight no game. Because we see him with Dos Santos, he didn't try to put the pressure on him, and it was an extremely somewhat boring fight because neither or was trying to set the tone inside the ring. So if you're gonna set the tone with someone with Shakur, you better have a game plan, because the guy he's gonna be patient. He's not gonna get off his game plan to fall into your trap. So if I'm Teofimo Lopez's coach, I would tell him not to lose focus, not to.
Stevenson perpetually adapts, tapping and retaliating, compelling rivals to overreach and commit blunders. Valdez emphasizes that a warrior must arrive with a transparent strategy and preserve calmness, implementing their blueprint without surrendering to Stevenson's cadence. He admits this is simpler to state than achieve, as Stevenson merges restraint with persistent subtle tension, rendering him incredibly difficult to dismantle. Valdez ultimately views a clash against Stevenson as equitable, offering it a 50-50 probability, yet repeats that concentration, self-control, and loyalty to a tactical plan are the genuine secrets for anyone aspiring to test Shakur Stevenson inside the ropes. What an incredible buildup! From the dawn pad sessions to the final grueling rounds of training, both stables have sacrificed everything. Polished capabilities, perfected strategies, and built a specific psychological drive that renders a battle feel inevitable. Teofimo's velocity, force, and self-assurance are prominently showcased. He is certain he can shift the momentum using aggression and bursts of genius. Stevenson, conversely, remains the epitome of poise, strategic, enduring, and clinically accurate, supported by a team that is explicitly concentrated on silencing skepticism and capitalizing on every single vulnerability. This is boxing at its highest level.
Maybe see, whatever it is, stick to it and go for it. But someone like Shakur Stevenson, like I said, it's easier said than done with a fighter like that, because it's not like he's too back from you. He's just right there in your face. And once you throw, he just rocks back a little bit and touches you. Then it becomes very frustrating. Then when you start loading up, then he does it again. He starts loading up at his shots, but just outboxing you. So I would just say, it's like I said, it's a tough one for me to pick who will come out victorious. That's why I go with the 50-50 fight.
What was like the most frustrating thing? You mentioned, Teo has to stay focused. He can't get frustrated. I remember watching your fight against Shakur there live. It seemed that you were getting a little bit frustrating. Like, what was the most frustrating thing you think happened in that, like, Teo, I guess, can expect?
Well, I mean, me and Teofimo are completely different fighters. Teofimo is more of a fighter. Like, he's a ring generalship. He's in there thinking. He's calm. He's having fun.
The expert opinions encapsulate the suspense flawlessly. This will not necessarily be a brawl, but a chess encounter where rhythm, self-control, and the capacity to adjust shall weigh more than brute strength. That disparity, Lopez's volatile unpredictability versus Stevenson's systematic intellect, is what renders this pairing so captivating. Anticipate the nervous initial period, instances of peak drama, and the specific minor calibrations that determine world-class collisions. Regardless of the outcome on battle night, both warriors have merited the spotlight. For supporters, it is a trial of techniques and resolve. For the athletes, it is an opportunity to resolve doubts and deliver declarations. If you appreciate boxing that honors strategy as much as courage, this is one event you cannot overlook. That concludes today's presentation. Stay connected for more. Until next time.